Everyone, let's talk about Leo. Let's talk about this eclipse. Let's talk about all the things and all the things. I am really looking forward to this Leo eclipse, y'all. I have already been feeling it. As someone who has a South Node in Leo, I've been really sitting with this change of the nodes, right? And a change toward leadership of some sort. The changing in how we lead, which really matters. We are living in a day and age right now where people are craving some joy, some light, some truth, honesty, authenticity that holds discernment, that holds the center of it all, which is why I think it's a perfect combo that we have the South Node eclipse here in Leo, directly opposite Aquarius. Leo's perfect opposite. How wonderful, how beautiful. We have all this Leo energy over here, Moon in Leo, Sun in Leo, Jupiter Leo, Mercury Leo, and this very clear conversation, at least to me, that what we illuminate, how we illuminate, really matters. We all came into this world to be creative beings of some sorts. And that's what Leo really understands here. Fixed fire, right? Fixed creative potential, fixed will, fixed drive, fixed all the things. We're taking all of that passion, all of that drive, all that will, and being seen in it. The sun, you cannot help but look at it. It's always there. It's always shining, even through the clouds. And through that, Leo carries the mission forward of being seen, being witnessed, understanding that for it to be real, it must be witnessed. There's only so much we can keep to ourselves. And even shared fear, shared grief, shared hope, shared faith, all of these feelings, when shared, give us a sense of belonging with one another that can either be damaging or could push us forward. And I think that's what this North Node Aquarius conversation is really all about. We got Leo over here, we got Aquarius over here, and in the center, we're really looking at influence, where Leo carries the charisma, the zeal to influence. Aquarius is looking at an influence which pushes humanity forward, which pushes the collective conversation forward. It's not enough to just hoard all that beautiful light for yourself. We need shared spaces where we can hope and joyously create in ways that brings a level of belonging, right? Now, I think understanding here with South Node Leo, we're looking at the shadow of leadership as well. We're looking at the shadow of influence. And for me in particular, like I'm really sitting with this. I've been dabbling in the influence world for quite some time, y'all. Like I've been doing this for a hot minute. And if you don't believe me, maybe we'll sit down and actually, I just got an idea. I want to pull up my very first YouTube video, very first YouTube video that I made right around the time I was 18, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen this video in God knows how long. You're gonna see baby me, baby Daniel, and all of his beautiful South Node Leo chaos of wanting to be seen, wanting to be seen. Once upon a time, that's what I wanted, I just wanted to be visible. I wanted to be witnessed. And it, you know, it is a thing. Hold on. I want to find it. No, where is that video? Anyways, this is from 2009. Here we go. Baby Daniel. Let's see if it plays.
Hi, YouTube.
Oh, gosh. This is me. Yes.
So I feel like I have a lot to say in this video, and I only have such a little bit of time, so I don't want to waste any time, so here it goes. I was in my shower today, and it started off pretty bad.
So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what you want, what you really, really want. I want if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
Oh my goodness. She was Beauty and Grace.
Hey, I think I want to go and pursue my dreams. I want to become a gymnast.
No, 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 no. Stick to the stuff you know. If you wanna go far, just think who you are. Don't mess with the flow. No, no.
This movie teaches tiny little pubescent teenagers everything they need to know in life.
Oh
It
my
teaches them that if
gosh.
they're really, really popular, maybe they should go ahead and do theater, and then everybody will disown them. And in the end of the story, there'll be this guy with really curly locks, and he will save the day and be like, guys, he wants to do theater, let him do theater.
Breaking free, soaring. We're flying. Not like butterflies and no wind beneath my wings. If you're trying.
So exactly how to do it is
So, not much has changed. I think that is the lesson of the story. I'm not going to bore you all with all the tiny little details, but that was 2009, friends. 2009. Baby little Daniel just really wanting to be seen, really wanting to be seen, really wanting to be visible in all his beautiful glory. Obviously, theater was still something that was on my mind, on my mental. I'm still a theater kid till the day I die. And I loved performance, you know, I love performance. Mind you, in those earlier years, the validation that I was receiving on stage, on YouTube, or any of these other spaces felt vastly different than the validation that I was getting in my personal life, like coming to terms as being a queer person and all of that. So I loved that, at least through this very South Node Leo personality, the drama of it all, I was able to make people smile. I was able to bring smiles to my face as well. And I think that's something that we're seeing here with this South Node eclipse in Leo, right? Is that deep down inside, all of us desperately crave to be seen in some way, shape, or form. All of us crave to be visible. And visibility is a universal thing that we all want and desire. What we make visible really matters as well. Now, mind you, during those earlier years, yeah, I felt very much so starving for attention. I was wanting to be seen in my light and my love, but behind the scenes, there was a lot of shit popping off that I really didn't bring in front of a camera because there was shame, because there was fear. I felt that with this South Node in Leo, that the only way I was able to be loved was through drama and performance, through that bright Leo zeal, but to come completely undone, to share those bits of myself, of my life. I felt it felt burdensome to bring that to other people. Now, mind you, I tried that whole YouTube thing for like so long. In 2009, I posted my very first video coming out of the closet. I couldn't find that video here. I think I have it saved somewhere else, where I was coming out of the closet in a very Leo public way. And it was one of the first little YouTube moments that took off. But that was in 2009. And afterwards, I found myself chasing that buzz. I saw thousands of views, thousands of comments of people being like, oh my God, I see myself in your story. And then it became this toxic chase where I was chasing that buzz of visibility. And if only 100 people saw me, then that wasn't enough. If only 2 people commented on a video, then that wasn't enough. And in that, we start seeing the South Node in Leo narrative here. My natal South Node is in Leo as well, where we start distorting truth and visibility in a way that is trying to satiate this appetite of validation, which can get wonky. It can get very wonky when we crave attention to satiate an insecurity again and again and again until we feel wholeheartedly loving and accepting of self. No amount of validation that other people can give you will ever feel enough. There is no amount of validation. Other people can try and tell you who you are, see something good in you. It's equivalent to a kid who sings on the top of their lungs and mom or dad goes, "Oh my God, that was amazing. That was good." And maybe the kid continues singing, but is the kid singing for themselves or is the kid singing for their mom or their dad? Or mom and dad goes, "Oh, actually that doesn't sound so good." And what started from this place of pure joy and pure love and brilliance, now the kid goes, "Well, maybe I shouldn't sing, maybe I'm not a singer, maybe I'm not an artist, maybe I shouldn't express." So we see both sides of the spectrum here with South Node Leo, where there's a turning on of a performance, of a mask, of a zeal or charisma to, band-aid over this wound of visibility. If I'm seen as a clown, if I'm seen as a light, then I'm loved and I belong here. Or there's the turning of it way down where it's like, I'm just going to make myself completely invisible because being visible has been dangerous. Being visible has been dangerous for me in the past, and I don't know who I am, and what if they laugh at me? But again, what we're seeing here through Leo, and also Moon, Sun, Jupiter, and Mercury in Leo, the emotional weight of Leo, the brilliance of Leo, the gospel of Leo, the language of Leo, right? Of course, with the shadow of it all, understanding that in this moment, in the doom and gloom and the cacophony, the shit show that is really popping off right now, we have an opportunity here to truly make something visible. We have an opportunity here to turn the fuel on in a way that, great, here we are. This is the light I wish to bring to this world. This is the love I wish to bring to this world. This is what I want to make visible. And in that, sure, we might fall flat on our face. Sure, people might reject us, especially when what we're presenting to them goes against whatever their egoic Leo truth is all about. But right now, we have this beautiful opportunity to, in a South Node eclipse way, which is happening on August 12th, snip away at the stories, the narratives surrounding visibility that might be cluttered with insecurity, to then etch out a new path, a new story we can tell about who we are, about how we hold influence, about what we want to give life to and bring life to. And in that, yeah, there is that charismatic Leo zeal as well. Sometimes truth has to be performed before it becomes embodied. That is what this co-creative space, collective space is all about, is a trying on of truth sometimes before it feels like our own, especially when we've been operating at a baseline level of truth that feels exhausting, that we already have enough input and insights from the universe going like, okay, cool, this is what you're putting out into the world and this is what you get. So if you're tired of what you're getting, then we have to change the performance. We have to change the story around identity and selfhood so that we can really be the leaders we need to see in the world right now. Let me tell you, the leaders we worth seeing, for me at least, are the leaders who are comfortable saying, "Hey, I'm wrong. I don't have all the information. I am cringe. Here's my cringe. Here's me and all my multidimensionality," which I think the Aquarius North Node conversation is really bringing to the surface, who challenges Leo, who says, "This is my truth." And Aquarius says, "Is it the only truth or are there multiple truths to you?" Right? The multidimensionality of individuality and individuation is what we're looking at with Leo and Aquarius here. So the self and identity has many shapes, has many sizes, has many different ways to manifest itself. And in that, we get to play, we get to choose who we want to be in this chapter. The more we let go of these stories or the narratives of perhaps I'm not confident, or I'm not an artist, or Daniel, I see what you're doing and I wish I can do it, but like there's too many of us in the world. It's too saturated. And I'm just like, now more than ever, The technology has presented us an opportunity to infiltrate the echo chambers with expressions of love and authenticity that inspires a movement. There's not too many of us doing this work out in the world, right? There's not enough of us, I think. Because if there were enough of us, I think we'd be in a better place. So if there's anything in this that you wish you can do, it doesn't have to be astrology, right? But if there was a creative act of some sort that you go, you know what? I see myself in this. I love myself in this. It can be as simple as like, I love playing video games and I want to stream playing video games. But there's too many streamers out there. Who cares? Do what you want to do. Explore yourself in its multidimensional fashion. Why not? Even outside of just this astrological space, I write music, I paint, I tinker, I create. I'm a lover. I have dogs, I have plants, I have gardens, I have so many things. I can identify myself in so many ways. This is not the only thing. And we get to explore that for ourselves here. Who do you want the next you to be? And if you were to stand up, hold all the stories you tell about yourself, which stories are getting in the way of you becoming the very niche, beautifully bright, weird ass leader you were always meant to be? Because I feel that this North Node in Aquarius is going to start giving us insight that the revolution and the evolution that we are in and on the precipice of isn't just one solitary leader standing forward and guiding an entire nation or guiding the entire world. It's all of us standing in our individuality together in solidarity. And in that, we create a movement that truly mirrors the collective force of Aquarius. Aquarius is all of us in our Leo individuation, all of us in our Leo light, coming together as one. That is what we're looking at here. So think about this. Think about the stories that gotta go. Think about who you are in relationship to the sort of, utopian reality you wish to live in one day. Who would you have to become to be in that space? And then start playing with it, right? Then start playing with it. So that's what we have to look forward to in regards to this South Node eclipse in Leo. Friends who are watching live right now, please sign up for the collective. I'll be doing a workshop tomorrow going over this way more nichely, breaking it down. You'll receive a notebook, a workbook where you can see where Leo lives in your house with prompts and things to guide you. And we'll integrate together. We'll meditate together. We'll have conversations together. It's called The Collective. It's linked in my bio on Instagram. It's also linked in the description on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube Live. So join up for The Collective. It's $11.99 a month. You get personalized readings. You get a live community. You get workshops. You get a course. You get supplementary workshops as well that are recorded for you to access. There's lots of many resources in this $11.99 thing. You'll probably pay more for Chipotle than you do for this resource. And this resource will probably sustain you a lot longer than a quick Chipotle meal. So if you have it in your heart, in your pocket, or whatever, join the collective, sign up, see if it's the right fit for you. And if not, then you can cancel. You can cancel the subscription. I'm building a community in real time. Talk about South Node and Leo in the 11th house. I'm doing it, and I'm trying to do it with as much grace and discernment as possible. So we'd love to have you over there. Come on over, watch what happens. Now I'm going to be pivoting over to some chart room readings. We have one reading on the books for today, and it's for Kava Madani. So Kava, wherever you are in the world, just let me know, and I'll pull up this chart real quick to get you readed and read. Let's see. Bam, bam, bam. And 8:35. Bam. All right. California. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me just read your notes. Beautiful. Great. Awesome. So for you, dear, I mean, I can only cover so much in 15 minutes. Like, I can't give you, unfortunately, a full reading of your whole chart in 15 minutes. So for these little 15-minute readings, I'm typically focusing on one aspect of your chart and amplifying it, right? If you want a one-on-one reading with me, they're 60 minutes long. You can, again, link in the description, link in my bio, and then we can really chew on everything in your chart here. But for career, for growth, for all these things, spiritual practices, y'all, you can forget about the rest of your chart and just focus on where your north and south node lives, and you will live a really beautifully expansive life, okay? So right now with this eclipse, since your north and south node are in Leo and Aquarius, love, for you, Kava, I think what we get to look at first is how we're communicating, how we connect, how we express. All of that is coming up to the surface in some really beautiful ways. I think we're being asked to step forward in leadership, in community, in ways that kind of ruffles the status quo a little bit here. We got North Node and Aquarius, all both at their last degrees as well of each sign. So we're here, we're doing the final boss level of Leo and Aquarius. How you carry influence really matters. And I think using this eclipse, understanding that you already have a knack for communication and expression, especially with the South Node and Leo energy. And let's start thinking about teaching mode. If we were to carry that Leo influence and channel it into North Node Aquarius, ninth house, into teaching, into some sort of sharing of philosophy of some sort. If you've been curious about collective action, if you've been curious about democratic socialists in America or across the world, that is very Aquarian in my opinion. And this transit, this South Node eclipse on the 12th would support you in that way. It's time to be seen, it's time to be visible, but through this Aquarian lens. What we're looking at with North Node Aquarius is a mastery of critical thinking, is a mastery of perception alchemy, right? Ninth house, we're looking at spirituality, we're looking at religion, we're looking at the belief systems that either keep us separate from the pack or bring us closer to the pack. And I think North Node Aquarius here is a back to school moment where we get to go back to school, whether it's in studying the esoteric, spirituality, quantum consciousness, collective consciousness, whatever that is, very Aquarian. We got fixed air energy in the ninth house. We are looking at the curation of perception itself with Aquarius here in the ninth house, right? Where South Node in Leo, we probably get trapped in communication with our local community. We probably get trapped with our neighbors, with the people we really belong to. I think there's a comfort zone there in probably expressing ourselves and the influence we carry there. But this would be a good transit to translate that influence in that third house, be it with siblings or whatever it is, up into this ninth house territory. Who are we communicating with? And how do we share this influence? I think ninth house is wanting to, through Aquarius, push spiritual beliefs forward, to push humanity through meaning-making processes forward in bridging hope and faith and trust and surrender, whatever that is. And perhaps you're starting to see the pattern recognition in a lot of these meaning-making philosophical belief systems. It can be looking at the Tao and Buddhism, looking at the Quran, looking at the Bible, looking at all of these religious texts with the discerning eye of North Node Aquarius and going, great, here's the through line. Here is how it all connects. Here is how everything connects. And this is how we can connect together. I cannot help but look at North Node in Aquarius and see this North Node in Aquarius in the ninth house of religion and spirituality, where we go off to college, and in many ways redefining church 3.0, because coming together and making meaning is a universal need to self-actualize, right? We need each other coming together, sharing ideas, asking questions, and then critically thinking up solutions, right? In the ninth house, we're looking at the themes of philosophy, though, right? So if we were to use that charisma, that zeal of South Node Leo, if we were to stretch beyond our comfort zone here, clocking this Cancer rising, which can get quite cagey and very private, and very just like, but these are my people. I'm just gonna focus on these people. Ninth house territory with Aquarius, we're focusing on the we people here. So I wouldn't be surprised if through this, just for the social experiment of it all, maybe you do start looking up spaces, a meditation center or something, or maybe other churches, not to be indoctrinated, because that's a very South Node Leo thing where probably people around you really forced belief onto you and validated you in ways that doesn't carry all the nuance, right? In North Node Aquarius, we're looking at paradox. We're looking at holding that paradox and finding ourselves in the middle of it and then going, great, this is the conversation I want to influence. This is the meaning I want to influence here as well. Gotta be real, like all the Aries energy right now hovering in this 10th house. We are pioneering a career of some sort. We are career, how we're seeing 10th house territory, the legacy we're building. It's being challenged right now with both Saturn and Neptune. Like the dream of how you lead and what you want to lead, like how you act, that is being brought up to the surface for good reason. And we'll have until the year 2038 with Neptune in Aries here in the 10th house, really motivating and pioneering some leadership out of you in some way, shape, or form. Saturn in Aries for about 2.5 years, testing the limits of what? Of Aries, testing the limits of our courage, testing the limits of our actions, of our doings. It hasn't been done before. This sort of leadership that's coming up to the surface, especially with South Node Leo, the sort of influence, the call to be an influence in this world, it hasn't been done before because you haven't done it before. You, with your experience, with your knowledge, with your understanding, your perspective, your point of view of this world, its challenges, and your solutions, that's yours. That is yours. And if you bring it up to the surface and in a very Aries way, up here in the 10th house, go, fuck it, I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to show up even on the days I don't feel like showing up. I've been doing enough of this. And that's the thing with South Node Leo and this third house of communication. It's like, yeah, here's my story. This is what I want. This is what I desire. And I can tell you the story. I can express the story. But the doing behind it, right? The actual doing behind it is what is being called to like check right now on the chess table of life. And right now, Aries is like, check. Aquarius is like checkmate, right? So let's look at that. Let's look at community. Let's look at collectivism. How do you see yourself as a leader in these spaces? If you don't have it, if you're not connected to it, then use this South Node eclipse to go, I'm leaving behind the tiny little confines and bubbles of like my local community, my neighbors, my siblings, and their points of views and their opinions of me, which have become quite a vacuum chamber. And I'm going to really push in this North Node Aquarius way. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to sign up for an open mic night. I'm going to go to a church session. I'm going to go back to school. Maybe I'm going to go to get my doctorate or my master degree or something. Or if you've never given yourself a chance to go to college, I would say probably by now you have enough experience to really discern, okay, this is what I actually want to learn. What do you want to learn right now? What do you want to learn right now? I wouldn't be surprised with all this Gemini energy too. Like such a student, right? We got Sun, Jupiter, Venus in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, Sun and Mercury in the 11th house of community. Like we're looking at community engagement, love, and pushing it forward with all this 12th house Gemini energy. We're looking at spirituality. Again, 12th house of spirituality and what exists beyond the physical realm. The energetic realm is probably a little loud for you right now. What ideas are coming through? All of it are the muses just coming through. Like, that's what the muses are. The memory of our ancestors, right? That perception, that air. Woo, coming through and just like, hey, whispering in our ears. And what tends to happen is we hear these whispers and we go, but not right now. Not right now. Now is not the most convenient. Now is not the right time. Well, guess what the muses do? They end up finding something else. They end up finding somebody else who will listen to them. So listen to the ideas, the impulse, the curiosities, all the things coming online, because spirit is really trying to communicate with you in some way. Who are the people? What is the curriculum? What is the program? What are we learning? And if we really lean into that, then we can think about relationship and all the other things that you asked in your notes. But first, let's use this window, this opportunity to think of the next chapter of learning, the next chapter of learning. Okay? So that's what I have for you, dear. Thank you so much for booking a reading with me. I appreciate you. I value you. I witness you. I hope you feel held by this reading. And again, if you want to go even deeper, you can book a one-on-one reading with me. It's all linked in my bio. It's linked in the description below on YouTube as well. All of my offerings are in there. But on that note, I do have to hop off and get ready for my first soul session of the day. I'll be sitting down with someone for an hour, which I'm so excited. So I'm going to hop off this live call for now. Sign up for the collective. Sign up for my membership community. I'll be doing a workshop tomorrow. It's $11.99 a month. Again, it's linked in my bio. It's linked in the description on YouTube. And be a part of it. Be a part of community and collectivism. Now, don't sign up for this subscription and just like cancel it all of a sudden without you even participating. Community like this that I'm creating, it requires a level of participation. If you're just wanting like a quick fix, if you're just wanting a band-aid over something that you're going through, then the collective might not be for you. You get from it what you put into it. So if you're really down to integrate and to be a part of a community, if you're down to like not just be a lurker as well, then please sign up for the collective. There is a community there waiting to embrace you, ready to integrate with you. And I'll be hosting that workshop tomorrow. We'll be doing journaling. We'll be doing a guided meditation, all the many things. So sign up. Your personalized horoscope is already up in there as well in the collective. And I'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow. If not, I'll see you on Friday. All right? I'll see you on Friday for my live show. Love you all so much. Bye for now. Thank you for being here. Bye, bye, bye. Yay.